Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Lobo the Potato. Today, that's right. Today, we are here over Stalnoy, looking out to Iron Excavia. It's a lovely sight. Or should I say, it would be a lovely sight if indeed we're making any progress on Stalnoy. I mean, I say making any progress. We've made a little bit of progress, but we've not made enough. And I want to make a little bit more. I at least want to get the basic infrastructure up and running so that we are able to start making steel pretty much as quickly as possible. You know, you'll have seen over the past couple of episodes exactly how many dollars have been drained from the country purely thanks to dollar imports. So we want to get that all sorted pretty much as quickly as we possibly can, really. Also, missing Kohler. Why on earth are we missing Kohler here? Huh. Alright, didn't realize that. That's a weird one. So I would strongly envision this is going to be one of them there episodes where we take out a good old couple of loans. Also, I do indeed have the cheat menu enabled, and we're going to be experimenting with a little bit of line spacing on a couple of lines, purely because I want to see what the chances of us making it work are. So you've got that to look forward to as well. Let's stick one of these right over here. Is this going to be a problem? Excuse me? It really shouldn't be a problem. Oh, no. Oh, I've just realized. I've used the wrong output. Oh, that's not good. Not good at all. Okay, well, here's the fix. Here's the workaround. We're gonna go round. We're gonna go round this. We're gonna go round the bend here. This seems almost stupid, actually. In fact, I tell you what, that sounds absolutely ridiculous. Problem is that in order to fix this problem, excuse me, I sincerely doubt that there is any vehicle that wants to cross here. There we go. Yeah, so the only problem is that I'm going to take this out, and that in itself is going to cost me, oh boy, a lot of money. Also, infrastructure's in the way. I suspect that it might be referring to that little corner there. Let's see if we can try and work that out. How on earth has this suddenly started breaking? Are you telling me that it's possible to make this connection? No, now it's not possible to make any connection. What the actual heck? Right. Well, you know what? What needs to be done needs to be done. We gotta do what we gotta do. Okay. It's a relatively easy connection to make over here. Whether we are going to be able to get a road under here is kind of up for debate. In fact, you know what? There is absolutely no reason why I can't be sensible about this. Seriously. I mean, already we've been heavily derailed. Look at this. This is highly sensible, Potato. This is highly sensible. Already we've been pretty significantly derailed. I do want to end up taking out a couple of extra loans. It's probably going to end up happening whether I like it or not. Let's be brutally honest. There we go. Come on. And we'll plonk that down. We have no rubles. We have absolutely no rubles. Also, I shouldn't take out any more ruble loans. I should take out purely dollar loans. Although I'm pretty sure, as I've already said, the interest rates are linked. Either way, 7.3% of dollars is fine. Amount overdue. We have 2 million rubles overdue. That's insane. That's absolutely insane. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take out a $2 million loan. We're going to take out a $2 million loan and hope, that's right, hope that is going to be enough money to get us through this episode. Oh boy, I've never been more doubtful in my entire life. I also need to really strongly remember to try and make sure that I use the dollars to actually buy this stuff. Okay, so that's looking good. Can we get a, I don't know, maybe we can get a modded conveyor connection. This'll one. Maybe we can get this right here, actually. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, that's not actually too bad. Okay, auto build using dollars so that I absolutely categorically remember how to make it work. Let's do it. And Sure, I'll build it. It's only going to cost 12,000. We might as well just go for it. Either way, that's going to give us way more coal processing. Way more coal processing. Okay. Couple of great comments, by the way, in the last episode, or on the last episode, I should say. One of the comments which I found very prudent, I suppose, was, Potato, why are you using super expensive bitumen in order to power your bitumen power plant? You know, bitumen costs a lot more per ton than coal does. I mean, bitumen costs, where is it? Bitumen costs $294 per ton, whereas coal only costs $30. And to that, I say, great question. Great question. In my mind, the bitumen power plant is temporary. Certainly, it's very temporary until we get the large coal power plant up and running. That's, I guess, the next sort of evolution of the power infrastructure. Similarly, in terms of evolution, we should also probably talk about this monstrosity, which I have officially been given permission. Am I auto-building this with dollars? I sincerely hope not. I've been given permission to start work on the hydropower plant, so that's what I'm gonna do. And in fact, the hydropower plant would be a pretty great way to just get rid of the bitumen power plant. But as I say, the bitumen power plant is temporary. I knew that we could throw it down reasonably quickly. I knew that we could build it quickly. Whether, you know, why I didn't decide to build a coal power plant, yeah, the bitumen was there. The bitumen was there. But at the end of the day, I don't think that it's necessarily going to be, you know, too much of a detriment. As I say, we just need the large coal power plant. Okay, something else that I was asked in the comments of the last video was, why don't you just go nuclear, Potato? And I dearly wish that it was that simple. But the fact of the matter is, as we've identified a couple of times over the course of a couple of episodes, actually, uranium is a pretty hard resource to come by. There's a couple of good sources at different sort of patches on the map. None of them are really near population centers that haven't already been exploited. Maybe actually this one over here. I did say that this town was going to be sort of oil related, but I suspect that this is going to become Uranium Grad at some point, or some other daft town name. Either way, it also costs a ridiculously large amount of money to get uranium production up and running. I mean, sure, it provides an inordinate amount of power, an absolutely inordinate amount of power. However, it's gonna take a long time, and it's gonna take a lot of money to get it up and running. Okay, since I've recently become flush with cash, why don't I go and build these aluminium mines? I know. It's a distraction. It's a distraction from the main event. It's not what we're supposed to be doing. However, it is what feels right at this moment in time, and therefore I'm putting a little bit of stock in that. All right. Lots and lots of ridiculous infrastructure, but I'm sure it will be absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. How many dollars did that cost us? Oh, it only cost us a couple of $100,000. Yeah, no biggie. No biggie. Nothing to complain about. There we go. And there we go. 5,000. 5,000 apiece for these conveyor towers. That's fine. Okay, so that leaves us with what? A couple of bauxite mines that don't have trucks in them. Only issue is, we don't really have the rubles that we kind of need to purchase as many excavators as I would ideally like to. Also, that's not built yet. I'm gonna need to think of a creative solution to get around this. How overdue on our loans are we? Only 1.2 million. Only 1.2 million. Amount due in 30 days? 36 million? What? Excuse me? Total amount owed. Total amount due. Is that calculating our overdue interest? Oh my god. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take out a 9.5% loan there. For a couple of reasons. First and foremost, I don't want to pay back 36 million. I do not have the credit facilities to take out 32 million in loans. Actually, holy cow, that is kind of incredible. Right, second advantage to taking out a hulking great ruble loan is that it's actually going to allow us to buy a couple of excavator trucks, which we are absolutely after. There we go. And that should be fine. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. That must be a bug. That must be a bug. Amount due in 30 days, 36 million. It can't be. It can't be true. It can't be true. There we go. Amount due in 30 days. That's come down to a much more reasonable level. Of course, you know, our ruble stats have also come down pretty substantially, but that's okay. There is a reasonable chance that we're going to be able to raise a pretty substantial amount of money. You've got to remember that we are, you know, continuously outputting power to the border here, and we're outputting a pretty large amount, really, based on however many workers we have working in the bitumen power plant. Again, yeah, you know, we're using bitumen in order to do that, but I think it's fine, at least for now. Okay, so we still have $1.5 million left in the bank. What is the key infrastructure here? No, not here. Not Bolshoi Alamon. That's not key. Not for now, anyway. Okay, so key infrastructure, as I see it, first and foremost, this is key infrastructure. Finishing this is key infrastructure. Finishing all of the conveyors and all of the belts and whatnot, that is also key infrastructure, right? This is key infrastructure. This is key infrastructure. This is key infrastructure. That's going to cost a pretty penny. This is also key, and then all of the cable stations are also key too. Plus the railway, plus the completion of the steel mill, and then I think that's pretty much it. Right. I think that's it. These two, you know, have been paused for a little while. We can continue construction at some point later on. It's not necessarily a big deal at this moment in time, but, you know, we're obviously going to want to tackle it at some point. We're going to need more processing capability at some point down the road. Right, so $400,000. $400,000 to build this steel mill. That is a pretty significant commitment, and it's an even more significant commitment given the fact that I am, you know, leveraged to the hilt here. Also, I can take out a loan, and then I can repay this big one here. So now we're down to 6.7. Look at this, 6.6. Just continue to trade down. There you go. Trade down, 6.6. Hold on, pay off this 6.7 one. Not enough money for this refund. I don't know. $40,000. We don't actually have $40,000 overdue, but that's fine. Oh, we can't even pay it back yet. I guess it'll just pay back over time. Either way, we managed to shrink our interest percentage, which is pretty darn nice, if indeed I do say so myself. So pretty happy with that. Okay, right. Next thing that we need to consider a rail link, which is probably going to be a little bit more expensive than I originally anticipated. However, we must do what we must do. Should we just go for concrete-based railway? You know what? Let's not even go for concrete-based railway. Let's go for electrified railway. And let's pause. Let's pause before properly building here. I am optimistic that I might be able to build out over this water if I do a little bit of terraforming, because this lake is pretty darn shallow. And in fact, a almost direct connection would not be the craziest thing in the world. This is going to look really, really funky when it's done. I kind of like this, to be honest. I kind of like this. Okay, so we want to forge basically a thin path so that we don't have to deal with any of the usual issues that we get when doing land terraforming. Mostly the fact that it takes an absolute age under normal circumstances. There we go. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. A little bit wider there, maybe. There we go. And just continue straight across here. Super quick now. Excellent. Okay, that was pretty darned remarkable. Yeah, alright. Can we squeeze two tracks through there? Oh yeah, no issues. No issues at all. Absolutely no issues. Okay, so this is obviously the most expensive way that we could transport people. It's going to cost a lot of dollars. It's probably going to be worth it in the long run, though, given that we're not going to have to purchase diesel and fuel and whatnot. Also, I'm dueling this track straight from the get-go. I also, whilst we're on the subject of train dueling, I really want to get the Disneylandovsk track dueled as well. I would really, really like to do that in this episode. let's do it. Let's set up a little bit of crossover over here, just for good measure. Excellent. Chain signal right over yonder. No. There we go. That's what I'm after. And then on the back this way. Cool. Right. Whether we're able to make this work or not, I'm sure will depend on my signaling capability, which has often been criticized, rightly so, for being terrible. Okay, too sharp of a turn. That's okay. That's okay too. Let's hope this doesn't crash the game. Back. Let's have a little look. Back route is this way. So we want to get a chain signal in there. Chain signal in there, like so. Cool. Alright, let's build it. Let's do it. I don't think that there are any outstanding rail constructions. I think it's all just going to get built, and it's just going to drain all of our money. That's fine. Something that I should have considered, and I tell you what, before we get to this point where the track has been built, I'm going to quickly insert one of these electrical fancy transformer thingamabobbers. Electric railroad connection. That's just the ticket. There we go. Can I rotate it just a little more accurately, please, video game? Thank you. Too sharp for turn. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, goods, builds, and we'll get a road connection over here too. We'll worry about the train connection, or the power connection to the transformer in just a second. For now, however, we also need to get a train depot, which I guess can just as well go here, which we're also going to auto build. Oh my goodness, the crazy amount of money that is draining from my bank account right now. And we'll get one connection over there. Will we even have enough dollars to build all of this stuff? Probably not. We're probably going to need another $2 million loan. Wow. You know, it just shows. When you put your mind to it, it really is very, very easy to spend $2 million. That's all I'm going to say on that matter. Like I have any experience in spending $2 million. I mean, I absolutely do not. Okay, another $2 million loan, please. Thank you very much. So, this is all looking good. Buildings without power supply, second buildings without power station. Cableway engine is turn off. That's fine. At least it works. At least it works. At least it's a connection. That's looking pretty darn good. I'm actually really, really, really happy with this. Yeah, this is a nice setup. Okay, next thing that we need to consider is power. And power shouldn't necessarily be too much of a problem, because I think I had the foresight. I totally did. I had the foresight to use a big modded power transformer here, which was a fantastic idea, because it means that it should be really easy for us to set up subsequent power transformers linked to the same power network. Again, this is, at the moment, all running off one central power network, the power network that is connected to the bitumen station and the coal power plant. Whether we are going to be running into capacity issues with these wires, I guess we'll have to wait and see. How much power does this consume? 11 megawatts. So we can use this wire here, right? Yeah, we can use this wire here to power the... There we go. To power the steel mill, which is pretty good. And then we need to go and place some substations around. The substations don't necessarily need to be, you know, super frequently placed. In fact, I think probably want to place it more centrally so that we can also provide power to this thing over here, whatever the heck that thing is called. And then, I don't know, somewhere up the middle of a mountain. Alright, this is obviously going to be much more of a problem than I initially anticipated. When is it not, is all I've got to say on that matter. Alright, let's use some dollars here. level some ground a little bit. Very cheap. Face it in the other direction, and auto build. Wonderful. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Alright. Not a super cheap endeavor, but at least it'll be up and running. This also shouldn't be too much of a problem here. A couple of cables. Right over yonder. Cool. Alright, let's build a substation, and then I think that we're done? Is that it? It only cost me 2.5 mil, but we freaking did it. We freaking did it. Okay, cableway engine is turned off. Yeah, that's kind of to be expected. That's fine. Is there a walk route between the railway station and this area over here? I don't think that there is. Not at this moment in time. So let's actually do that. Let's actually do that. Get it set up. There we go. That almost looks semi-professional, actually. And then we'll get a walkway over there. And then what we will do is we will manually assign... Too distant? That's too distant. Really? Okay, well. Looks like a direct connection over there, too. So, steel plant, iron excavia, ore processing, and steel mill all going to be split equal ways. This is looking brilliant. Very, very happy with this. At the moment, we don't have any steel outputs. There are steel outputs over here. We could, in fact, stick down a open storage medium over here. Might not actually be the most ridiculous idea in the world. I feel like it would kind of supplement the storage that's already going to be in the facility. There we go. All right, let's get it built. Adds a little bonus. I'm flush with cash. I mean, you know, when the good times are going, why would you ever think about what happens when they stop? Exactly. Right, let's buy some trains. We're going to be buying some motor wagons. No, not motor wagons. I've made that mistake before. Trams. That's right. Trams. I have absolutely made that mistake before. Okay. 34k trams. Let's buy 3 of them. I honestly don't think that 3 is going to be anywhere near enough. However, we'll let it slide for now. Right. Let's make sure that we've got the workers being transported. There we go, and then we can dispatch. Oh, yes, we don't actually have a power connection. That's, well, I guess what could be described as a critical oversight, but in actuality should be completely fine once we build one tiny, cheap, or relatively cheap bit of power cabling. Let's get the schedule copied across to all 3 vehicles. And let's... Wait, what? Excuse me? Wait, I added... What? What? Was that a bug? Okay. Very strange. Okay, now I've got these 2. They also haven't been... What the heck? Right. I don't know why that's not worked. There we go, and there we go. Okay. Also, I want to get line spacing up and running. Let's experiment with that. There we go. Let's start you off. Wonderful. Okay, so we now have 3 trains. 3 trains running on this route. Let's accept workers at our train station here. I don't know if we're going to have anywhere near enough workers. In fact, I would dare say that we're probably going to run into some problems. Do we have a hospital over in Stalnoy, by the way? We absolutely do. There are no doctors with higher education. You see, we can fix that. We can absolutely fix that by importing some peeps from this area. How are we doing, by the way, in Turistovsky? Turistovsky is very much a cash cow for the entirety of the Soviet Empire at this moment in time. We're not exactly taking people from elsewhere. We're only taking them from Turistovsky, and then they're being reallocated on assignments around the glorious Republic. Let's move as many people as we can. Let's move as many people as we can, and maybe, dare I say, even build some new 21-story prefabricated flats. I feel like the progress in this episode has been insane. However, I am almost certainly going to pay for the fact that I have been very, very, very fiscally irresponsible over the course of this episode. I'm going to pay for it over the next couple of episodes, haven't I? You just know it's going to be true, eh? You just know it's going to be true. Right, what about over here? Let's do it. Let's build it. And also, something else that I've noticed. It looks like there is no footpath connection. Oh, no. Yeah, there's no footpath connection over to this train station here. Video game. Oh, don't do me dirty like this. Oh, no. Too sharp of a turn. Remarkable. Remarkable in its non-sharpness. Oh, boy. Oh, really? Really? Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. Okay, well, at least we're still going to be able to get a path connection. It's not perfect, but it'll at least do for now. Get that connected up. Get that connected up. And also, I just closed that freaking window that I was keeping open for a very, very specific reason. And the specific reason was to forcibly move yet more people from Turistovsky right down. Oh my goodness. We don't actually have as many people in Turistovsky as I initially anticipated. To be honest, Turistovsky has probably been stripped of rather a lot of people. Yeah. Not exactly a good policy, is it? But it's all that we've got at this moment in time, so, you know, what can we do? Right. There we go. A good number of people have been moved. These people can still get to the railway station. That's fine. Excellent. I think people prioritize going to the railway station. Don't quote me on that, but it looks like it's true. We should be up and running soon, actually. We should be up and running. Yeah, we should be making progress. Cableway engine is turned off. Let's purchase some heavy personal cabins. Let's get the best of the best, shall we? Let's get 10. 10 seems fine. 10 seems fine. Start the cableway engine, and let's get this all up and running. Okay. Next thing that I want to do is I want to experiment with line spacing. Like, what the heck is that going to do? The cheat menu, by the way, if you want to enable it, is CH and E. And then you come into the settings menu, and you get specific actions with objects. So, for example, I could start a fire at the train depot over here. I could send all vehicles home, sell all vehicles, etc. That might actually be kind of nice to sell all vehicles at the same time. Anyway, the area that we're looking for, is line spacing here. Now, is this something that we need to enable, or is it something that we just... Is it something that just happens instantly, or what? I have no idea. Let's also turn on experimental traffic pathfinding. I feel like that's an idea. Speed up pollution? Absolutely not. None of the other things really particularly interest me, to be honest. So line spacing on and experimental vehicle pathfinding. Let's have an adventure. Let's have an adventure. Let's see if it actually works. Also, 92 freaking people are waiting over here. That's rather a large number. Rather a large number of people. Let's purchase one more tram for good measure. There we go. All right. Let's give that a punt. Give that a punt. So, we should now start to see a little bit of activity. A little bit of activity over here. Not necessarily with the steel mill. The steel mill is not where we're going to see activity. We're going to hopefully see activity in terms of iron extraction. Now, here's the next crazy thing. At the moment, we have a couple of options. First and foremost, we could just import coal. You know, we're going to need processed coal to throw into the steel mill as well. We're going to need a hell of a lot of processed coal. However, I'm actually a little bit optimistic. I'm a little bit optimistic that the infrastructure that we set up in Kolovskaysky could maybe be converted, perhaps, to transport some of this excess coal that we're producing over to the steel mill. That's the, you know, the whole point of this whole setup. The whole point of this whole setup was so that we could load up a whole bunch of coal over here and move it all in very, very large quantities to other places around the map. Do we have the capability, perhaps, to get this area up and running? I feel like this is almost a stretch too far. I mean, how much, even cheap railway, how much would that cost? Don't auto-build. Cheap railway. Cheap railway. One stretch of cheap railway. That would cost $126,000. I sincerely do not think that we have the capability to go all the way from Iron Excavia all the way over here. I just don't think that we do. What we could do, and what we can do, is we can start work with the rail construction office. That might be something that we look at doing. And in fact, I think that would be a marvelous idea. We'll also get this area fixed up. We'll get this area fixed up properly as well. And we'll delete this utter nonsense over here. Let's let the train go past, and then we'll reconfigure this area so as to get the dual tracks in place. It's probably going to cost me, like, I don't know, 100,000 at max. I doubt it'll cost more than that. And after this train goes past, after it goes on the way back, yeah, you're gonna wait over there. That's fine. Yeah, because we still have many, many more people over here that are looking to go and work. Okay. Nice, 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 nice. Let's ditch this area here. Let's do it with the... Yeah, no, the cancel railway tool instead. So that I don't make mistakes like that. Oh, come on, potato. Come on. Come on. There we go. Okay, so this area is just an absolute mess. A horrible, horrible, horrible mess. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna need to do a little bit of maneuvering, specifically of cables. Not necessarily the end of the world. There we go, plumb that in like so. Alright, why don't we get that built? Why don't we get that built in the first instance? Let's set up the crossover over here. Then we need to decide which way is going, which way is coming back. I think this way is coming back, right? Also, are the signals not supposed to be... No, the signals are supposed to be here. I think that's fine, yeah. Okay, great. We can always adjust as is required. Can't place a signal there. Of course we can't. Right. So, you continue up that way. Excellent. Looking good. And the train has now gone through the danger zone, which is important. Now, this is perhaps the most delicate of procedures. We need to move this belt. We're going to use concrete-based railways, as why not? We're going to move this belt, not belt, this track into this track here. This track is going to come up. There we go. This track is going to get taken out. Doesn't need to be there. That track's going to get taken out too. Move that one back just a smidgen. That gets moved up. This gets taken out. This gets built. That gets built. All signals need to be removed. So... that gets removed. That gets removed. That's fine. Okay. So far, so good. So this gets a signal going that way. This gets a signal going that way. Not like it particularly matters, but let's let that get built out right now. Okay, fund the construction of that little last bit of track 2. Alrighty. Then we head up this way. Again, whilst paused, so that the video game doesn't get too upset with me. Alright, relatively smooth process, all things considered. We get the crossover here. There we go, we get that built. Chain signal goes here. I really hope that I haven't messed up these signals. I don't think that I have. I'm trying to give everything just a little bit more space, you know? Go. There we go. I think that's it. I think we're good. I think we're good. That's all built. And it looks like the trains are pretty happy, to be honest. Looks like the trains are pretty happy with this. That could have gone very, very nasty. I was a little bit, perhaps, a little bit daft in not returning all of the trains to the depot in the first instance. But, you know, it worked out all right. It worked out all right. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I don't really want to do this, to be honest. But I'll do it anyway. Okay, so let's build that track there. Build that track there. And then we're going to start planning out. This is purely, I would stress this, purely a supply connection. Do we even want to duel this? Probably not. Anyway, the whole point of this is to be built by the video game. And hopefully it should mean that we're going to be able to keep our costs way, 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 way down. Also, look at the train. It's looking good. It's looking good. Anyway, the whole point of building this is that we eventually build out. We build out to, yeah, Kolovsky, and we're able to build all of this stuff. We're able to build all of this stuff reasonably quickly. Whether that materializes, whether that works, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. The locomotive is around. It's here. Excellent. Temperature in building is too low. How on earth is that possible? You're outside working on tracks. How is the temperature too low? I don't get it. I don't get it. Not even slightly. 150 workers waiting over there. We're probably... Whoa, we don't have a power supply? Oh, yes, we did take up. We did take up some cable. What a good reminder. What a good reminder. There we go. Now we'll be back and sorted. Excellent. Good stuff. Okay, I mean, this looks pretty great to me. Let's flick back to Stalnoy. Iron Excavia. Look at that. We're getting iron. We're getting iron. Marvelous. And in fact, we're processing the iron. Holy cow, that's incredible. Okay. The next question. The next question. If we're not going to move coal by train, how on earth are we going to get it into the steel mill? Well, I think the unfortunate reality is that we're going to have to import it. We're not super far away from the border over here. What border? Brilliant. Okay, it's the west. It's the west border. Okay, and we're slightly closer in the steel mill, so for now we can just auto import using dollars. Oh, look at that delivery cost. Oh, yikes. Oh, yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Yeah. Okay, new plan. New plan. New plan. We're gonna build a railway. Electrified railway. I could build an electrified railway. Oh, it's gonna cost so much money. We're gonna build a railway basically from the border to import coal. I mean, the delivery cost alone makes this entirely worthwhile. Okay, this is gonna be a ludicrously expensive project. Do we just want to feed directly into the coal mine? I don't think that we do. I think that we want to have like a couple of train aggregate unloadings over here. Actually, yeah. So something like that. And then Something like that. Then we'll consolidate. Let's, in fact, what am I doing? Let's not build both of these. Don't build both of these. Just build the one that's in the more dangerous spot here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Try that. This is gonna be gnarly. This is gonna be gnarly. I don't use that word lightly. This is exciting. I'm excited to see how this actually works. Okay. So, we got the output, we got the inputs. How much is this going to cost me? Oh my lordy. This doesn't even include the cost of trains. But it's all electrified. And you know what that means? It means that it's going to be future-proof. That's right. Can I build a little bridge across here? I mean, I know that's kind of crazy, but I kind of think a bridge is the way to go, so that we don't interfere with any of the nonsense that's happening down under. It's gonna cost a little bit of cash, but it'll be absolutely fine. Okay, so this is quickly turning into a spendathon. Orbital potato spendathon. I like that. It's actually got a good ring to it. There we go. Okay, crossing just about every single road in the process, but it's fine. Right. Now, of course, if we're laying electrified track here, we're probably going to want to electrify the rest of our rail track, i.e. the track that we've just zoned in Kolovskaysky. Probably want to get that electrified. Oh, goodness gracious me. Alright, are we going to go around this mountain here? We could go through a tunnel. I feel like that's maybe not the most efficient way of going about doing things. Also, remarkably, we are able to get a track through here. This is a disaster project. This is a disaster project, but I actually kind of like it. It's got character. It's got character. Alright. So, am I committing to dueling this? Apparently so. Apparently so. Alright. Anyway, look. The thing is, delivery costs suck. You know? Delivery costs just absolutely suck. And I'd really rather not pay them. So, therefore, I'm going to literal extremes to avoid doing so. And it's only going to cost us 800,000 rubles. Believe it or not, though, I actually think that this is cheaper. Far cheaper. I mean, the distance that we cover is hardly anything, to be honest. The distance that we cover, hardly anything. We got nothing to worry about. It's going to be way more cost effective to do this than it is to do anything else. I think the charging cable needs to be in here. Not exactly ideal, because we're going to have to make a pretty long... Yeah, pretty long supply routes in order to power this. Yeah, okay. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, look. We're committed to long, expensive projects. You know, numerous long, expensive projects. What's another long, expensive project, eh? Okay, $800,000. It's nothing, mate. It's nothing. It's nothing. Tell you what I can also do to save costs. This is right. But let's economize right now. I can actually squeak a connection onto here. There we go. Look, that only costs 14,000 as opposed to the cost of a brand new train depot, which would cost 56,000. That's right. So I've saved the difference. Don't you know it? Economizing. We may have to do a little bit of polishing, you know, but for the most part, this is okay. Let's auto build that, and we will just get a conveyor if we can. If we can't, no worries. We'll do one of these. Conveyor, pipe engine. That's the one. Excellent. Good stuff. And now, this is where we're going to unload coal. How much iron have we got? Very little iron, but that's because it's all being transferred into the steel mill. We're still missing coal. Not a problem. Right, can we power this whole shebang? Please? Ah! There we go. Let's get it powered. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Okay, now this is where money becomes a real problem. Can I buy... Nope. Okay. I can't buy anything with dollars. Which is a big old pain in the backside. And to be honest, I sincerely doubt that I'm going to have enough money to buy more than a couple of trains here. In fact, we're going to have to take out another hulking great ruble loan in order to make this work. We're overdue on ruble loans. How on earth are we overdue on ruble loans? Also, how has my ruble loan interest rate dropped down to 6.5%? Let's pay off this 9-point-something%. I don't understand the way that this video game calculates interest rates. But that basically makes my life just a heck of a lot easier. We are going to need to take out another loan at 6.5, but that's completely fine because I think that this is going to be worth it. Okay, let's get the best train that money can buy, which I think is that one, right? 160 kilometers per hour. Empty weight engine power. It might be this one, actually. 80. I'm just looking for maximum speed here. Yeah. Okay, I think this is fine. I think this is fine. So, let's go... Not track builder. Ooh, that's cool. EDK 300. I like that. I like that a lot. Cargo wagon, hopper car. Yep. I think the hopper car is what we're after. Also, we could get a long train. Nothing's stopping us from getting a long train right now. But I think, you know, for the most part, we'll stick with this. Let's get... What did I say? Electric locomotive, 160k. I mean, they're both the same. They're very similar sort of cost. I'll buy 4 of those. Sure. We'll buy 5. That's how confident I am. Right. Will I have enough rubles to fully stack out all of these trains? Oh my goodness, I absolutely will. Probably with room to spare. Okay. Right. So, first stop. Here. We're going to load coal. We're going to wait until loaded 100%. Then we're going to come back over here. Unload, wait until unloaded. Excellent. However, before I dispatch these trains, or in fact, dispatch any of the trains, I'm going to make sure that we've got the appropriate directionality in place. There we go. Wonderful. There's no chain signal because there is no multi-station over here. It's not even needed. Cool. I mean... Sort out a couple of signals on routes. There we go. Cool. I will be able to get a chain signal in over here, though. Excellent. Sure, that can all be one way. It doesn't particularly matter. Output over here. Output over here. This actually works really nicely. I like this. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. We shouldn't have any problems here. Alright, go, 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 go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright. At least 2 stop stations required. Oh yeah, yeah. I need to copy the lines. There we go. What do you know? We're all good. Start. Can't launch. We're getting there. Come on. Right. We're kind of out of dollars somehow. Presumably through steel importing. I don't know. Okay, so that's 4 loans. 4 loans of $1 million over the course of 1 episode. Remarkable. Small aggregate storage in Turistovsky. Really, really glad that I had the foresight to link up a proper fire network there, but super glad that that didn't end up costing us a lot of cash. Okay, how are we doing? How are we doing in terms of people transport? We've got 30 workers coming over here, 50 kilometers an hour. It's pretty slow train, to be honest. Pretty slow train. Could probably do with the slightly more speedy train, but it's fine. Fine for the short term. Is this overkill? Do we have too many trains on this line? We may have too many trains on this line. It's okay. We'll see. We'll see in a second. These trains are pretty fast as well, which is kind of nice. There we go. Okay, that's all 5 of our super high-end trains dispatched. We've taken out a great loan. And let's now hope that it's going to be worth it. Okay. Have I left enough space for this train to turn around over here? I absolutely haven't. This is something that I was very worried about happening. Okay, let's fix this right now. There we go. Okay, turnarounds. Go to the next stop when you can. Loading times are highly problematic, as it turns out. Okay, this is not something that I really anticipated, but yeah, go to the next station. Oh, no. What are you doing, video game? What on earth are you doing? Oh, I smell a crash coming. What the actual heck has happened here? Okay. Well, that was allowed. That's surprising. Okay, go to the customs house and continue to load. Right. What is happening here? I don't think this is gonna work. It's having an issue with some part of the track. Yeah, you could say that. You could say that. At least we're loading up. At least we're loading up. Right. Load capacity, load times. Capacity is not a problem. It's the fact that it's going to take a long time to load. And I've optimistically bought a whole bunch of trains, thinking that it's not going to take a whole long time to load. The good news is, it's not going to take a whole long time to unload. That shouldn't take very long at all. Potential capacity problem, not an issue. We can easily fix this. We just one of those. There we go. Easy. All right. Are we loaded? Are we loaded? Are we good to go? Frankly, it doesn't matter if the train cannot get back. The train cannot get back. How did it? I specifically made provisions for that train to get back. And that's what kind of drives me crazy. Too sharp of a turn. But now you just... What the heckity heck is happening? I told you, there's a way to go back. Right. Will that fix you up now? It will. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, that was super depressing and more expensive than it needed to be. But it's fixed now, and that's the important thing. There we go. Wonderful. Marvelous. Okay, that was only a, what, a half load there. So, not exactly super efficient, but it will make a difference. I wonder if there is a way that we could increase the speed of customs house loading. I would love to have the ability to increase the speed here, but Unfortunately, I don't think that we do. I don't think that we do. Unless maybe we were to truck the coal across the border into a... I don't know. Into another... into a storage tank, which we were then able to load through means of aggregate loading or something. I don't know. Either way, we have coal. We have coal. It's not much, but it's at least something, which means that we are going to start making steel. At long last, we have done it. I have accomplished my goal for this episode. And at the same time, it only cost me right about $6 million to do so. A good day, comrade. A good day. A very good day. Wow. What a travesty, actually. What a travesty. We need more people. We need way more people in Stalnoy now. That is... yeah, that's our problem. Unable to get meat or food. Really? No, we should be fine here. Yeah, we got meat. We've got food as well. We don't have electronics, but that's fine. Unable to visit a church. Place of spirituality. There is a church right on your front doorstep. What the heck? Church right here. This should all be fine. This should all be fine. We shouldn't have any issues. Man, people complain about the smallest things. The smallest things. People complain that they don't have electronics. People complain that they can't go to church. People get so many complaints. So many complaints. Look at all this steel. Okay. 12 whole tons of steel. Can you believe it? The next stage of the process is obviously connecting up our... I'm done. The next stage of the process is obviously connecting up the steel delivery system to, you know, the rest of our building materials. The rest of our building materials distribution crew, which, you know, will take a while, but it won't take too long, I don't think. We have 135 tons of steel on the site of the hydropower plant here, which kind of makes sense as to why all of my money was just disappearing over the course of this episode. Yes, it had absolutely nothing to do with the fact that I was spending like a maniac. I will say, however, I'm really, really happy at the progress that we've made. Certainly getting on top of our ruble loans hasn't really happened yet. We're still a little bit overdue. But, you know, a 6.9% rate of interest is, you know, it's fine, really. I wouldn't really worry about it. That is a problem for a future potato, because current potato, present potato, is well satisfied, well satiated. It even looks, look at this, it even looks like our rail construction work is going pretty swimmingly, which is lovely. Anyway, folks, as ever, thank you very much for watching. Thanks for the fantastic support over on the Patreon page, patreon.com/potato. Thanks to Banana, C-Senpai, and Aurelio from the $325 plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.